But master this rap shit. You hear the words coming from my lips, bastards. I never crack, I got that chapstick. I practice to that shit made perfect and served it to the people on a silver platter. Now where's the ladder? Cause either you gon' whine or you climb. I chose the ladder. Know you haters is pissed, hold your bladder though. Before you get tossed like a forward lateral. We never tattle, let God handle that. Or let the mob handle that. No soprano, half black, half white. I'm a piano, I'm an animal. My video on Discovery Channel. I'm a beast. When my shit hit the streets, these niggas cease to exist. Like a beach in a tsunami, you'll find me in the Ville, in the state of NC. Bitch, if I ain't back home, I'm up in NYC. Bout that money probably, like a fucking robbery, but I ain't jacking. I'm chasing dreams, sorta like jeans, boy, I ain't slacking. I'm chasing dreams, sorta like jeans, boy, I ain't slacking. Hey, take a hard look at my drive, nigga, no hacking on my shit. I'm straight smacking niggas, straight tagging niggas. Y'all freestyling, fuck y'all niggas, y'all be wildin' and I'm out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Saturday edition of the Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. with broadcast out of DFW, that's Data Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. For everybody want to know what that means. Once again, we're honored. It's a privilege to be with y'all on this Saturday, which we go live every other Saturday here on Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You know, we're all about having extraordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. And of course, that's what we want to do here on the show. We want to make sure we bring in great shows, great episodes of individuals who are doing great things. Not only that, but to motivate you, inspire you, give you some life-changing word that's going to help you go far in their life. That's what we talk about here on the show. Like I say all the time, you're not created to be a waste. You're created, you're fearfully, wonderfully made. Yeah, but God's eye, you're more than a conqueror. You're the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Blessed going in, blessed going out. But these are things you have to believe for yourself. And all the time, we have great information going forward. But we can lay all the information out on the table. But at the end of the day, you have to pick it up, right? And do something with it. If not, like the Bible said, we deceive ourselves. And the Bible tells us be doers of the word, not just hearers only, deceiving our own self. So we want to make sure that we are being doers of the great information that we receive, that we can see the results of what we believe. We want to see the results of things that we apply. That's what it's all about. But I'm very excited, very honored to have a guest on here. We're running back again the second time. I know we had technical difficulty the first go around, but I reached out to her and made that happen today. So, Miss J, how are you doing this morning? We know how it is in Texas. It's hot. We know it's football season. Also, big shout out to my Dallas Cowboys fans as well. We know the Cowboys play today. This is the last preseason game. We're going to the regular season. So, I'm looking forward to that. It's an echo. Is I'm echoing on my end?
You're not on my end.
Okay, but it's coming. Okay, but well, bear with. 'Cause I do hear some feedback, but it's all good. All right, but like I said, we know football season here. It won't be a show Wednesday. I'm going to the Cowboys open practice Wednesday evening, so I won't be doing a Wednesday night show. It's something I do every year. Go check out the practice of the Dallas Cowboys. Because I'm a big Cowboys fan. For everybody who wants to know what that wants to know, I'm a big Cowboys fan. I always been a Cowboys fan. So I still support them. Still rooting for them. I know we get dogged out all the time by people and by the Cowboy haters. But I still rock my Cowboys regardless of the fact. But anyway, Miss J, how you doing this morning? And welcome to Walking This Way in Pet Voice Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm great. And as you see, I'm definitely a Cowboys fan as well. My whole room has Cowboy stuff everywhere. So I'm riding with them, passenger seat, win, lose, or draw. I'm there.
And that's what it's all about. And we know that this is a big contract year for Dak. This is his last year in his contract. We know CD is looking for a new deal. We know Parson, I think he had 2 years left. And these guys looking for their money, but everybody was when Jerry said he was all in, everybody thought Jerry was going to get big names. But I respect what Jerry was saying. He was saying I had players that was injured last year. Remember, he had a lot of young players injured,
Yes.
so they didn't get a chance to play. So I understand where Jerry was coming from. It's like, okay, let's give these guys a chance to play. They didn't play all last year, and that's what's wrong with society today. We so quick to want to write everything off so fast instead of let everything play out. I learned to look at the whole big picture because you never know them guys that was injured, they could be the diamond in the rough. We just never know. But we just have to see how things play out and look at the whole big picture. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I think that's the best way to be in life is always try to look at the bigger picture instead. Everybody's so focused on right now or rights and what's right in front of them, and when they have that mindset, they're missing out on so much.
They are. And that's why I decided to see what he coming. And that's why I look at that, Jay, is that look at the life of the whole big picture. Like I said, when it's society name, you see it all the time. Everybody wants this. I won't say everybody. Individuals want this instant gratification,
Yes.
and we know that social media puts this illusion out that everything is right in that instant. Now, look at everything right there in that instant, and you need it. Whoa, I read about this. If we having it so fast, but we know everything does take time. It's like um a farmer. If you're a farmer, you go out there and plant. We know it takes time. It's not going to sprout up overnight. It takes time, but in the process, you have to feed it, water it, nurse it, stuff like that. It's just like your money.
Hmm.
If you move your money around and stocks and everything, it takes time for your money to grow. You keep feeding it, and then you're gonna see the return on it. But everything takes time. But like I said, when it's time that everybody want to write everything out so fast, let's see how it play out, and then we can determine where it goes. That's how I just look at it too. So, but we on the up and up.
Yes, I definitely. Hey, Lamarcus. Yeah, I definitely feel like everybody, and to be truthful with you, that ties into, I mean, just even like women, instant gratification with women. Women always want, and I'm guilty of that too, like with cosmetic surgeries and stuff like that. Women want instant gratification. We want to fit, we want to look the part. So,
Wait, we same thing with guys too. Jay, with some guys, they feel like okay, I gotta do all this extra activity instead of just being themselves. If you want to go to the gym, you do it for you. You should want to go just be healthy for yourself. But you got content creators telling guys, hey, go to the gym, get your muscles up. She gonna come. Get them nice clothes. She gonna come. Get that car. She's gonna come. Get them this, do all this stuff up. She gonna come. It don't work like that. If they want you, She gonna want you with without the car. She gonna want you with without the clothes. She gonna want you with without the muscle. And they gotta realize women have different tastes. Women may not be into muscular guys. Some women like big guys. Some women like teddy bears. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has different tastes, and that's what we go to too, Jay. Everybody in society think we supposed to like the same thing. Like guys, some guys don't like muscular women. Some guys like what they call it BBL. I hope I say that right. Short, tall. Everybody has different tastes, but it's like when you say what you like, you get attacked for it.
Right.
What you say about that?
I mean, honestly, I'm going to absolutely agree with that. Society has these standards for what women should look like or what a man should possess or should have. And that's unfortunate because a lot of really great men are overlooked. Like for me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, money and stuff like that does not impress me at all. And I know every woman says that and it's so cliche, but I legit mean it. And the reason why I say that is because I have my own. I don't need like there's nothing a man can financially give me that I don't already have or can't get on my own. So I want something that money can't buy. Like if I'm being honest with you, for me the perfect man would be freaking hilarious. Like I love to laugh. So I want a comedian. I hope someday I meet a comedian.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that because we should want to enjoy life.
Right.
We make life so complicated. Where it could be so simple, like dating. They make dating so complicated. Like I be seeing this stuff, and you see this stuff on social media, and but then also I follow some of the people too. If you know you're not in that category, you're not in that place where you want to be at, don't lie to the individual. But some people do that. They put this big front on, which is misleading, which is manipulating,
Right.
and you wonder why you get caught up. And just stay at being truthful. That's what I said on my post a while back. People are scared to be tell the truth because they in fear of the consequences behind the truth. What you want to say about that?
That is so true. Like, I cannot stand that. Like, society, would rather lie about who they are, or what they represent, versus just being themselves. Like, and I hate that. Like, nothing kills the vibe more than meeting a man and him not being what he said he was or not being who I thought he was. That is a big turnoff for me. If I think that you're all these great things and then I get to know you and you're a douchebag or a d bag, like I'm done. I don't want anything to do with you because I'm authentically me. Like what you see is what you get. I'm the funny, silly, goofy, professional, hardworking train wreck. Like that's just me. Like I'm very professional and I do well in my professional life, but in my personal life, I'm just all over the place and I'm unapologetic about that. Like I've lived the cookie cutter perfect life. So to me, now that I've had that and been there, done that, like now I just want to have fun, laugh every day and be around people that love me.
Right. And that's what it's all about. And that's why I respect individuals, Jay, when they be up in front when they meet someone.
Right.
Uh, if you still want to mess around, let the other person know, hey, yeah, I do like you, but I do want to mess around with other people. That gives that person a choice whether they want to be with you or not. But I
And
respect individuals when they up front with people like that. 'Cause I seen that witness. I witnessed that twice. But I
mhm.
respect the person when they be honest with the other party up front and let them know what they're doing and where they're coming from. Because one, they don't want to put them in a situation where they're not comfortable at. That makes
Got
sense.
you. Yes, no, absolutely it does. And to piggyback off that, to be truthful with you, what a lot of men don't understand is women would respect the honesty more. A lot, I mean, some women would. I know I would. If a man comes to me and he says, "You're not my girlfriend, like we can mess around, but I'm gonna, see other people or be with other people," Most likely, chances are I'm probably going to walk away. Now, if it's a man that I already have feelings for or that I already like am absolutely insane over, I'm going to be honest with you. I probably would respect it and stick around for a little while, and just have my fun and then move along,
Right.
and because I'm not going to sit up there and act like I'm Miss Perfect or but I'm also not going to sit up here and say I would settle for less either. It depends on like where we're at. Like if I know that it's just a sexual relationship, then if I choose to be in it, then that's cool. I'm okay with that. But if you lie to me and you tell me I'm the only woman you're messing with and I find out there are others, then at that point I'm just disgusted and I'm never going to deal with you again. Like I'm going to block you and never talk to you. But if I like you and you tell me the truth from the jump and I really, really want you in my life, then chances are I'm probably just going to overlook it for a while, have my fun, and walk away, and us be cool at the end of the day. There doesn't, and that's another thing. People stop thinking that when a relationship has run its course, whether it be friendships, whether it be coworkerships, whether it be sexual ships, whether it be relationships, stop thinking you have to end on a bad note. Just walk away. Just be like, hey, bye. Okay, we had our fun. It didn't work out. Okay, cool. But people are just so weird. They always think that everything has to be beef. Like, no, sometimes people outgrow each other, and that's okay.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up, Jay. So, in other words, we put our emotions into everything. We just
Yes.
have to take our emotions out of a lot of these things, and we can move in progress. Once again, that's society implanted it in us. And you see it all the time how people went from lovers to enemies.
Right. That's weird.
But then you got to think about it, just like if people that's divorced and they have children together, 9 times out of 10, everything went all that bad. Y'all
Yeah.
had some good times too.
Or you wouldn't
But,
have kids. I
right.
mean, but
But
yeah,
one,
and that's
go
kind of
ahead.
cool. Like me and my kids' dad, like we get along great. Like we have a great relationship. I mean, there's no drama, no beef. We co-parent well. To be truthful with you, we actually barely speak. Now that my daughter's 17, I think I talk to him once every 3 or 4 months. I don't have to. Like he takes care of the kids. He does, he does his half. He knows when whenever they want to deal with him, they'll call him. And people make co-parenting too hard, like way too hard.
Yeah, it just makes stuff complicated. But we grow. But it shouldn't have to be. Life would be what we want it to be.
Right.
Life should be whatever we want to be. I also want to give big shout out to people in the comment section. Big shout out to Marquez in the YouTube side, Lamarcus, Crystal, April, Nia, Carl Harper in the comments said big shout out for y'all tuning in this morning. But we're just chopping it up, vibing this morning, of course, on this Saturday morning. So, Miss J, I know you do a lot of things in the community. You're a blogger. You talk about all the latest things that's going on in Dallas. So give us a rundown on your business, all the things that you do, and all of the great stuff.
So I do a lot of different things. I wear a lot of different hats. First hat I wear is I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. My son is 22 in college and working, and my daughter's 17. So they're
Okay.
grown. They kind of do their own thing.
Right.
Second hat I wear is I own a business. I own a marketing and promoting firm. It's AIM LLC, and the website name is aimforsuccess.net, and I do a lot of different things there. I teach credit repair classes. I teach classes on financial literacy. I market for surgeons. I pretty much do it all. I teach social media influencing classes. Like I literally am a one-stop shop. I offer armed driving and security services. I also offer armed and unarmed security services. I offer event catering services. Like, you name it, I have a team that does it. And I love to volunteer. I love to do things in the community. I like to do some videos for local nonprofit counseling agencies that work with domestic violence survivors. So I like to do that also in my spare time to help domestic violence survivors. I like to volunteer. What else do I do? I'm writing a book. Actually, I'm writing two books. So you name it, I do it. And I'm also getting ready to work on a project where I'm going to do like a live streaming weekend. And then depending on the views that it does on social media, if it does well on social media, then I'm going to invest in it and pay to do a reality TV show as well. So I got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline.
Awesome. So in other words, you have a very productive life.
I'm very busy. I'm very tired.
Hey, but the thing about it, you're making things happen, and that's what life's all about: making things happen
Yeah.
instead of just talking about it. But you gotta be about it
Yes.
and make things happen. So I respect that you're making things happen, and all these creativity. Where all this creativity come from? Where did all this resonated from? There's something that when you was growing up wanted to do, or you just wore right into it.
Well, when I was a kid, my a lot of people don't know this about me, but fun fact, I did a couple of commercials when I was a kid, and my mom got me into modeling as a kid as well. My mom was in college, so the art department, and they used to use me as a model for like all their projects. They would paint me, take photos of me, and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of the college students and stuff would pay my mom. She was pimping me. No, I'm just kidding. But I would book little jobs like that, like modeling jobs, photography jobs. I did commercials for a couple of companies, some local. I did one for, I believe it was Kmart. Was it Kmart or some
I
kind of
remember
store like
Kmart.
that? I don't remember, but it was a big store, a big chain. Whenever I was a kid, and it was all in fun. A lot of people don't know that about me. Hell, I don't even know if my little sisters know that about me. Surprise! Um, they were so much younger than me, but yeah. So I did a lot of stuff as a kid that kind of made me want to get into like acting and modeling and just different things like that. But I also want to be the creative person and be more of the producer as well.
Okay, awesome. In the midst of your career, in the midst of you building your empire, what has been the most challenging when it comes to building your legacy?
I'm going to be honest with you. I would say believing in myself. I just started doing that. I hate that for myself, but I did. For the longest, I didn't believe in myself, number one. Number two, no help. I did everything from the ground up myself. I've never, opened a business before on my own. I had to literally do a lot of research, put a lot of homework into it. Everything that I know how to do, I literally had to teach myself by failing. Literally, by failing.
And we know that a lot of the greats take risks.
Hmm.
Being successful,
Yep.
take risks. I say this all the time on the show too. Jay, that individuals they want to be successful, but they want to be comfortable at the same time.
Mm.
Well, I mean, you have to. Big shout out to Mr. 1950. He says all the time too, sacrificing the temporary pleasures for the long term success. That should be the big overall picture.
Right.
I'm having long term success, but I know that comes by a level of thinking too.
Hmm.
Break away from people who have that small mind of thinking. What they're looking forward to the weekend,
Right.
but we getting past the stage looking forward to the weekend. We thinking about the big picture, living in our abundance, and we know it takes time to get there. What do you say about that?
I mean, that's absolutely true. You hit it right on the head. I had to sacrifice a lot of time, a lot of fun, just to kind of like, just to be honest, just to even get where I'm at now. So imagine how much fun and stuff I'm going to have to sacrifice, to get myself to the next level. I mean, it's part of life. Like I always say, I tell people all the time, no risk, no reward. If you don't gamble, sometimes you got to gamble everything.
You do.
Sometimes you got to be all in, all or nothing. And that's one thing about me that's a strength and a weakness is I'm always, if I'm with someone or something,
Mm-hmm.
and we're a team and we're working together, I am all in 100%. Sometimes that's my strength because that's how I've been able to make things happen for myself. That's how I've been able to get ahead in life. But on the weakness side of it, that's also costed me a lot.
Right. And the process, having fun through the process of learning and growing, studying, just getting everything together. What they say, don't cry with spilled milk. You spill the milk, clean it up, and that's how our life should be. We made some spills, we gonna clean it up, right? And we gonna clean it up and move forward, and we're not gonna wallow in it.
Yep.
Um, we're gonna forgive ourselves. That's a big thing too. We don't forgive ourselves. They teach us to forgive other people, but we don't forgive ourselves.
That is so true. And that's another thing, too. I think what separates me from a lot of people is a lot of people focus on problems. I like to focus on the solution.
Solution,
Like,
right?
don't tell me how you messed up. Tell me how you're going to fix it.
That's
Like,
it.
I hate that. That is my biggest pet peeve. If you bring a problem to me, you better bring two solutions because if you don't, I'm going to turn you right back around and say, well, come back to me when you got a solution.
Yeah, because why be problem based when you be solution based? It's like I hear people complain about a job. Okay, you keep complaining about the job, but you're not doing anything about it. You complain about your health, but you're not doing anything about it. Just I had a conversation with someone, and they was going through some um medical wise pain. Well, anyway, I said take care of yourself,
Hmm.
and the individual took it the wrong way. In other words, man, I just want you to pray and give me words of encouragement. Words of encouragement, I'm gonna say take care of yourself.
Hmm.
I mean, if you hungry, what you gonna do? You gonna fix you something to eat.
Right.
I don't need to tell you. I don't need to encourage you to say get something to eat. Your body gonna tell you.
Right.
If you have to go use the bathroom, you go use the bathroom. You don't need nobody to tell you that. So when I say take care of yourself, I mean take care of the things you probably need to be healed.
Right.
But once again, people take stuff the wrong way. It's like, wow, what can you say?
Nothing. Let them take it the wrong way. Something I've learned. My peace is so important to me. I will lose anybody. I won't lose sleep over anybody or anything anymore. I just refuse to. I can't because if you start losing sleep over how other people feel, you'll lose a lot of sleep. I've stopped. I mean, I hate to say that, but I care about how other people feel, but if they're bothered about something that I've said and I know that I said it with pure intentions, and I meant the very best for them, then I don't even bother myself with it.
Right. Because it's all about accountability. And that's what we lack too in society, accountability. People don't want to be accountable no more. I see a lot of people on social media, and you see this all the time too. How people get on these, they get in these quote unquote relationships with people, and then all the time, oh man, this person did this, did they change? No, you knew that person had some red flag. Some people notice it. They know it, but they just go by how this person look or what they could do for them.
Hmm.
So if you knew you come down the red flags, they say you seen the flags. We all been there before,
Hmm.
but we ignore them flags. They go, oh, they'll come out, they'll change. A lot of times they just their character.
No.
So when I see people talking about, man, this person, well, I'm talking about from the guy side of things. I know there's a lot of guys that be complaining now, but they was blaming her. No, be accountable. You chose her. You know why you chose her for? Because you didn't look at the character. You focus on what was in your pan. We just adults. They based stuff off their head and their pants. They lusting. You want that fix
Hmm.
sexually. Let's just be honest with it. You
Hmm.
knew she was jacked up. You knew he was jacked up from the beginning, but you wanted that. You get that itch. And just saying, hey, well, I was lusting after them, blase, blase. What you say about that?
That is very common, actually. Um, So for me, me personally, I think that there is a lot of that going on in society. Um, I think sometimes people let less take over. I mean,
They do.
a lot of us are guilty of that. I'll own that.
Oh yeah, we've been there
I've
before.
been guilty of that. To where I've slept with somebody that I know was completely wrong for me and had nothing but, had no real good intentions for me. But at the end of the day, I just wanted him over anything. Nothing else mattered at that point. That's lust. When you feel like that with somebody, that's lust. And that's a sin. And now I see why it's a deadly sin. Ah! I see
Yeah,
why.
cause you accept the thing, cause we accept things that we shouldn't have to accept in the first place,
Right.
and that comes from the lack of discipline.
Hmm.
But it happens, and we learn from it. That's when as we get older, and well, I'm saying as we mature in life,
Right.
we look at things differently now. Because it's all about it should be about the character of the individual.
Exactly.
Because somebody asked me, what do I say? It's all about the woman's character. It's about her character. It's not about the looks because looks gonna fade out one day.
They do.
But it's all about the character. I told somebody it may be a person who may not even look like a supermodel, but her personality is very, very attractive.
Right.
And people miss that part. Just like when you had when you had a guy friend, we had the female friend would tell a guy friend, "Hey, it's somebody I want you to meet." The first thing the guy would say is,
What does she
"How'd
look
she
like?
look?"
Yep.
But the one would say she has a great personality.
Hmm.
In other words, translation really in between the line, it's all about the character, not about the. I'm not saying you lower your standard. I don't want people to think you lower your standard,
Hmm.
but it's just the character of the person.
I agree. To be truthful with you, there is nothing worse than being with somebody and having an unintelligent conversation. Like I cannot deal with a man that cannot have an intelligent conversation. And that's just one of my standards now. And I'm going to be truthful with you. That's a recent standard. If I'm being all the way honest, I think I probably grew up in the last couple of years. Um, Something about turning 40 just kind of woke me up, and it made me look at even the type of men that I like differently. You know, I like a man that can have a good conversation, that's funny, that has something to talk about with substance, and not just some stupid hey what we did that weekend. Like that's lame at my age.
Or ask you something stupid was I good? Ask stupid questions like that. But also knowing yourself, stability, being stable, not just being stable, but being stable within themselves.
Yes.
Because if you can't be stable with yourself, it's gonna be impossible to be stable with someone else.
Exactly. And then that's another thing too. I think a lot of people carry baggage into new relationships.
Get them.
And I don't think people take enough time to heal between relationships.
Well, because they want to compare what they went through to a new circumstance. Okay, what happened in your past? Your past. Now I want people to ask that. So, well, what happened in your last relationship? That's the past. We're focused on us now. Why? Because some people, and then you got some people got to realize too. Stop taking people back to their past
Hmm.
because they dealt with some trauma there, and you want them to relive what they escaped. We have to be careful when we say what happened with that last situation because you want to escape that. If that makes sense.
It does. It does. I mean, it does make sense. But I also feel like someone's past relationship, I think it is important and vital for the new partner to know, because how do you know what could be triggers for them, or how do kind of what they're trying to get away from or recover from? And you don't know that if you don't know the past relationship. So I get what you're saying, but I also feel like it to the flip side of that, because I always play devil's advocate. I always look at everything like flip sided. But I also feel like it's important to know their, their past and what they've been through, because if you don't know nothing about their past, you don't know, you know, how to maneuver with them moving forward.
Well, 'cause that's come also like everything start back within childhood. That's another thing we forget about too. Childhood where you may was sexually assaulted, physically assaulted. I heard this on the show one time too, where this guy they was the guy and this girl they was together on an intimate moment. They was in a certain sexual position and it triggered something off. And he thought he did something wrong, but then she broke down and confessed to him that I was in this someone forced me, took advantage of me, sexually abused me, and it caused triggers there. But he didn't know that
Mm-hmm.
because she held that stuff in until they came intimate. And that's another thing too when it comes to these conversations. We never know what a person been through, what they experienced. We never talk about these things. But now, if they say we're being more transparent now, we need to know where the person comes from, what they dealt with, what they're still dealing with, and we still need to go get some help, professional help. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to be truthful with you, I think that's why a lot of relationships fail, is because people aren't ready to have uncomfortable conversations. And it's
Right.
really unfortunate, because if I am tied to you enough to share my body with you, because I'm not like, I don't sleep around, like that's
Hmm.
never been I'm not her. So if I like you enough or feel comfortable enough to share my body with you, then I should be comfortable enough to have a conversation with you, even if it's embarrassing or uncomfortable. And I think a lot of people lack that. Like they don't want to have the uncomfortable conversations. And it's really unfortunate, because if I'm being honest with you, a lot of cheating could probably be prevented if couples would have uncomfortable conversations. Because sometimes, and I'm not blaming cheating on this, I'm just saying sometimes cheating can stem from a man having sexual needs that he's not getting met at home, maybe certain lifestyles, or maybe certain fetishes, or little things that he may like that he's too embarrassed or afraid to bring up to his significant other. So he looks outside of the relationship versus just having that uncomfortable conversation and saying, hey, I like to be tied up and spanked, or whatever it may be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, women too. I think if we would be accountable enough and mature enough to have these conversations with our significant others, I think a lot of times cheating could be taken off the table.
I agree. And the divorce rate won't be so high.
That too.
Because, like you said, because these conversations, everybody has different things they like.
Right.
Everybody had these different fantasies, like these fetishes, and they're afraid to let the person know, hey, I like this kind of stuff. I like doing this stuff. Because the judgment, is it the judgment attitude?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's it. I think that they're afraid of being judged, or maybe just embarrassed. Maybe, some people like things that are a little out of the norm. Some things, so another thing is fear of acceptance of their other partner. Like, let's say, for instance, if you know that you're into polygamy, we'll just say polygamy, and your
Right.
partner is not, how do you have that conversation?
It should be just let a person, that you know what it is too. We were talking about this earlier. They scared to tell the truth because of the fear of the consequences.
Right.
But like you mentioned earlier, if I'm feeling you on that level, okay, then I can overlook it.
Right.
But then if you not feeling it, you gonna move on. But that's okay
Mm-hmm.
because everybody has their own God given right to do whatever they want to do.
Exactly.
And that's what it is. It's the fear of the consequence of telling the truth.
Yeah. And
And
when
then
you,
another thing too.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Good, no, go ahead.
When you lose that fear, that's when your life begins, because that's when true freedom starts. When you stop caring, that's when your life begins.
And you know where they come from? Like the we always worry about what people think.
Hmm.
You just say what the neighbors gonna say or what they gonna say, and we allow the people opinion to, I guess, where they want to shape our reality.
We do.
And
Everybody's
also
so
we,
worried about what other people think.
and also we say about another thing too is I see people do this too. They expose everything. They say me and you having a personal come and we together, so we had a falling out. I'm going to expose you. You get people do that too.
Hmm. Yeah, and to comment on that, that's kind of funny. So recently, I had posted a post about a sexual encounter, and it was so funny because everybody thought I was like really speaking about a real encounter, and it was actually just a joke.
Mhm.
But I think that a lot of people, well, number one, let me piggyback off that. I think a lot of people take social media too serious.
They
It
do.
can be used for a lot of different things. It's a great marketing tool for business. It's one of the number one top leading marketing strategies actually right now, but to the flip side of that, some of us use it for strictly entertainment purposes only. So we get on there and act a fool.
Right.
And I know for me, who I am on social media is not who I am 9 to 5. Like, I am a totally different person. Like, if you see me professionally, I look like I'm going to pull up a table and do your taxes. Like, I'm strictly professional. But if you see me on social media, I look like a train wreck. It's so funny. But I just post random crazy stuff, and sometimes it has absolutely nothing to do with me. But I know that, like, to piggyback off what you were saying, like, we care too much about what others think. I've hit that point in life. I don't care. I literally don't give a crap anymore. And I've noticed that since I've hit that level in my life, like, my life has gotten better. I'm a lot happier. I smile a lot more.
And that's what's about. Um, to pursue your own happiness. Like I said, we have a great life. We live a fantastic life. We create the life that we want to live. I thought about that earlier today when I was at work last night, and I said, you know what? If God, God created us, whatever, and God had this big picture in mind on how He wanted everything to be, why we can't do the same thing ourselves?
Hmm. We can. It's a choice. Happiness is a choice. It's such a cliche saying, and everybody, you hear those little quotes, and you're like, "Oh, how tacky," but they're actually true. Like, if you listen to some of them, they're really true, and you can really apply them to your life.
Yeah,
Happiness really is a choice,
it
and
is.
it really comes when you stop caring what others think, and you just live for God and yourself.
That's it. Walk with your head up high.
Hmm.
Get out, smell the roses. Walk
Yeah.
out your front door. The
Walk in
birds
faith.
are singing.
Walk in faith and not fear.
That's it. You know, be yourself. Not a lot of times too. I had a conversation with someone. I go to the movie sometime by myself, and the individual said, "You go to the movies by yourself? Yeah. What's wrong with going to the movies by yourself? Who said you had to go to the movie with somebody?
Right. I go out to eat all the time by myself. I take
But yeah,
myself out to eat.
yeah. Who said you had to go out and eat with somebody? There you go
Right.
again, society.
I enjoy it though. I actually like. You know what's crazy? I hated that for a while. She put head up, chest out. I know that's right.
That's
Head
it.
up, chest out. That's how you got to be in life. You
Got
cannot
to.
let nothing get you. You got to stay positive and look at the bright side. Always try to focus on the positive things. Like, anytime something bad happens, you have to look at it and quit looking at life like, oh, why me? Look at it as, what can I learn from this?
That's it.
Like, I swear, every time something bad happens to you, if you just literally ask yourself, what can I learn from this? God, what are you trying to teach me from this? I promise you, like, it'll happen. God will show you.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe in God, that's fine. You don't have to.
That's
But
fine.
find something you believe in. Find a higher power of some sort that you believe in. And it could be anything. Believe in yourself if you don't believe in God. Believe in yourself. and just believe that, like, what can I learn from this? What is the destined purpose for this? And if you look at things like that, especially unfortunate things, I swear you'll find an answer. You know that old saying, if you go looking you'll find it. That same thing applies to negative experiences.
Yeah, that's it. Love yourself, invest in yourself, um,
Believe in yourself.
believe in yourself. If you like someone, talk to them. That's another thing too. People be in fear of talking to someone because they had a judgment attitude and say, "I'm not good enough. They don't want me." You're already judging yourself. But if you pursue someone and say, "I like someone," and you talk to them, at the end of the day, either gonna be yes or no.
Right.
But it does not determine your wealth, because you know who you are, you know your value, you know what you bring. So why do we allow somebody to say no to stop us from living? Because you know who you are.
Right. People are too afraid of rejection. And I'm guilty of that. I've felt like that
We all
before.
been there before.
We all have. But I think sometimes, like, if you really like somebody, just step out on a leap of faith. You never know. Like, they might think you're kind of cute too, or they might be interested in your thought process or little things that you say too. And go for them. I mean, you never
Yeah,
know. Like, if you like somebody, go for them. I did that. I went for who I wanted and I got him.
right. I'm saying, okay, it's all about having fun. Let your hair down.
Hmm.
Don't walk as a tightrope, what they want to call it, say, but let yourself go. Don't take yourself so seriously. That's what we take ourselves so seriously, and just be yourself. Because eventually, you go across a couple of no's, you gonna find that one yes that's gonna change. They're gonna throw all them no's out the door, and
That's
just have fun.
exactly
Learn yourself.
right. See, that's what I had to do. I had to literally go back and learn who I was, because as mothers, especially, and I'm going to say this, as single mothers, as single moms, we get so caught up in the day to day, like, I have to go to work, if the kids are sick or this or that, we get so caught up in the everyday stuff that I feel like sometimes we lose ourselves. Or even as
We do.
girlfriends, I'm guilty of that. When you're in a relationship, especially a long term one, I was in one for 15 years. Me and him were together for a very long time. And I kind of lost who I was. I kind of forgot who I was and what I liked to do. So I had to take a break and figure out who Jenna was and what Jenna liked.
That's
And because
it.
Jenna was so used to watching what he wanted to watch and eating what he wanted to eat and doing what he wanted to do. So that's what the phase of life that I'm in right now. I've already learned who I was these past 2 years, but now I'm enjoying who I am.
That's
So
it.
I'm coming out of my shell. Like, I used to be in the house all the time. I would never go anywhere because I was like too ashamed of like how I looked, and I wasn't happy with who I was.
Hmm.
So I had to like find myself and find out who I was, and now I'm enjoying that person.
And that's it. Enjoy yourself, love yourself, learn to be in a relationship with yourself first,
Yes.
learn to be married to yourself first. Because that happens on both ends where we see people do lose themselves. You remember the movie Coming to America?
Mm-hmm.
The first one? When
Yes.
Eddie was talking to the girl, was talking to the lady, and he asked her interest, and she kept saying, whatever you like. That's boring.
Yeah. And you lose yourself doing that, because that's exactly what happened to me. Like, I lost myself trying to make sure that my man was happy. I forgot what made me happy. And so these past 2.5 years, I've done nothing but figure out what makes me happy, what I like eating, what I like doing. And let me tell you, that cliche saying of self-love is the best love, it really is. Like, how I feel about myself now, I look back on certain situations and I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? Like, no.
Oh man, that's it. Oh, we got a birthday going on too.
My
Before we go in
bestie, my best friend Nina Valentine, happy birthday. I love you.
Yeah, don't want to forget that. So post in the comment section. So big happy birthday, Neil. Of course. Enjoy your day, of course. Have a great fun. Have a great time.
My ride or die.
So big shout out to her as well. Oh man, life like I said, great. You know, it is. I had a conversation too with a friend of mine. And this just me personally. Everybody's different. If you are in a relationship, I don't want to handcuff you. When I say I want to handcuff you, I still want you to enjoy your life. We don't have to be everything together.
Right.
People feel like they want you to cut everything off, cut that off, cut this off, and no, no. All right, if you okay, let's say we're in a relationship and you going to a concert, you gonna say, "Hey, friend, I'm going to a concert with some friends. We'll have a good, you know what I'm saying? Have a good time. I'll talk to you later." I ain't gonna say, "Why you gotta go? You in a relationship?" Nah, enjoy your time. If you want to do a trip with some friends, go ahead, have fun.
That's what a healthy relationship looks like.
That just means don't handcuff nobody. People want to handcuff people and they want to tell them you can't go here no more, that no more. You still had a life before we met each other. Continue your
Exactly.
life. Just like goals. You have goals together and you also have individual goals.
Yep.
Why we
And
gotta make this stuff so complicated?
people don't get it. Life is so simple and we make it so difficult because here's the thing, and I think this is one of the biggest things. She put, "Thank you, girl. I love you too." Oh, I love you,
You welcome.
bestie. So I think a lot of time in relationships, people they do that. They try to cuff them and control everything. But what women don't get, and I'm speaking to the ladies here, what you don't get is if you allow your man to be who he is and be his authentic self, he will reach his fullest potential. When you try to cuff and control a man and what he does, even right down to hanging out with his friends, he needs that time to have that masculine energy. If he's up under you all the time, he's around nothing but feminine energy. You don't want that. You want a man in his masculine state. And in order for him to be in his masculine state, he has to be able to have his own life and have his own interests, hobbies, and do his own thing. And as a woman, you're supposed to support that and elevate that and do what you can to uplift that portion. So allowing him to have his own hobbies and be around his friends, you're allowing him to be himself. And I don't know about you guys, but I want my man to be who he is 100%. I don't want my man to be who I want him to be. I don't want his representative. I want him.
Hey, Jay, I'm the same way. Even though I'm not in a relationship, but I still want her to have a freedom. I still want her to enjoy her life because I don't want to handcuff nobody. And people do that, and that's weird to me because I want you to have your pursuit of happiness. You gotta think about it. If we die today or tomorrow, is you gonna stop living?
Mm-mm.
Life still goes on, and that's what they forget. We just get it temporarily because we gonna end up dying one day.
Right.
I'm just saying. We just
No,
get it temporarily because tomorrow's not promised.
that's why it's important to continue to be yourself because when that person comes and goes, because I mean, my outlook on it is, if I'm being honest, like nothing is permanent. Even your shadow leaves you when it gets dark. And I look at relationship. That's unfortunate, but I look at relationships like that too. Relationships, nothing lasts forever. They're either gonna die or you might separate or whatever. But life goes on, so you have to continue to be you, whether you're in a relationship or not.
That's it. Carl said in the comments, said, be shout to Carl. Robert, sir, he said, let the other person be themselves and the relationship will be even stronger. Hey, that's
It
true.
will. It really will. It'll allow, because then, like, I'm telling you, your man will come home when your man goes out with his friends. He's gonna come home feeling like rejuvenated and energized and, like, you know what I mean, like
Hmm.
himself again, and that's gonna make him want to appreciate you more because he's
That's
gonna
it.
be like, "Dang, my lady lets me go out. I don't have to worry about no drama, no stress. Like, he don't have to come home to no mess." Like, men love that.
Let me see what this guy said. But there are women can't let me. Nah, I disagree with that. what it all depends who you. It's the individual. He said, but very often women can't
A
let
lot of
men be
women
themselves.
do. A lot of women. He's right though. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of women put unrealistic expectations on men. I'm a woman and I'm gonna say it. We do.
But they come from Jen as well because they allow that to happen instead of them being themselves.
Right.
Just be
And
honest.
speaking up.
Yes, that's it. They don't speak up. Cause that why is that? They're afraid that she gonna say, I don't want to talk to you no more.
I
But
don't
we
know
put
why.
ourselves in these dangerous unhealthy situations.
Right. In a healthy relationship, you should be able to tell your partner anything. I don't care what it is. In the perfect, not even say perfect, I'm going to say healthy. In a healthy relationship, you should be able to talk to your partner about anything. It doesn't matter
Right.
what it is. And that's what I want. I want to be able to be with a man. When I do find the right man, when I do, I want it to be a man that I can talk to about anything and that I can share my feelings without it being an argument because it shouldn't. If somebody's telling you how they feel about something, that should never be an argument. Never.
Right. Because they said the company, they said allow it to happen. Well, when a woman threatens divorce, otherwise, what's it got to do? Let her leave.
Let her leave.
Let her leave. It does
If a
not
woman
determine who
cannot
you are.
accept, yeah, thank you. If a woman cannot accept you for who you are, she's not the right one for you anyway.
He said a man goes into a marriage soon she believes her vows. Then when she realizes he's manly and wants to be himself, she's upset because she's not at the center of everything. What you say about that, John?
That is, I mean, there is some truth to that. So, as a woman, we do tend to want to be like the man's everything. Like, we want our men obsessed with us. And I'm guilty of that too. I'm not going to lie. But I
You got
also know
territorial.
that there's a balance. Yeah,
Yeah,
very territorial.
yeah.
Very. But there needs to be a balance. In a healthy relationship, a woman understands that yes, I'm going to be his everything, but I'm going to be his everything in here, in his heart, and when he's home. Because at the end of the day, you can't be his everything when he's out there trying to fight the world. When he's out there trying to battle the world and get through the day and get through the world, when he comes home, he needs that life poured back into him. You need
Right.
to greet him and make him feel valued when he comes home. And
Right.
so I think that a lot of women think they have to be the center of attention. When my man's at work, I don't want him thinking about me. Think about what you need to be doing.
That's it.
And a lot of women lack that. They don't have the maturity to understand that you're not the center of everything. He's got a life outside of you. And your job as his woman is supposed to be to support that life too.
Um, I think it says a. Let me see. But he allow y'all be allowing these people to disrespect y'all. I don't know why. Y'all mind these people disrespect y'all. Y'all don't have to be Newsflash. Boop, 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 boop. Y'all don't have to be with disrespectful people. Start giving disrespectful people your love, your energy, and your time. Love yourself.
Right.
He said, which is why marriage may not be a workable thing anymore. Women don't need men anymore. So she's unwilling to set aside emotion for the sake of everlasting love.
Not all of us, baby. Not all of us. Because let me tell you something. Some women can sit up there and act like they don't need a man. Hey, some of us still want and need a man. We love our men. We value our men. I can't change a flat. I can't check my own oil. So them women can stay over there. I love me a manly man.
And he said, allowing because he loved his wife and thought they would be together. Man, we only together temporarily.
Hmm.
Just because she thought she gonna be there, you thought she was gonna be there together. Did that stop you from living?
No, it
It
shouldn't.
go back to loving yourself.
In a
You
healthy
can't make
relationship.
people. Go ahead, Jan.
No, no, go ahead. Please finish.
No, I was saying you can't make people be with you. They don't want to be with you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. He said allow him because he loved his wife and thought they would be together. You said he loved his wife, but do she love him?
Hmm.
Some people could be in love with the fact of things you do for them, but
See,
you gotta know your value. I mean, we put too much. Yeah, I disagree. True love never fades. It's forever, but it means each part needs to be put the other first. Nah, yeah, but still love yourself. That at the end of the day, my wife, my partner is not my mom, and I don't expect to be my mother. That's just me. I don't
right.
expect to be her father.
You're completely right about that. Like, so I see where he's going with that. Let me tell you something. I do believe that there is some truth to that. True love really does never fade. I will say that because I still love somebody that's passed away, that's dead. I was in love with somebody that was murdered, right?
Hmm.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him. And to be truthful with you, usually when I talk about him or think about him, I still cry to this day, and it's been years. And I still love him as much as I did the day that I met him. But so I do see where he's going with that. True love really does never fade. But there's a big but to that. You can love somebody from a distance. I can love the hell out of you from a distance because I love somebody now, but am I with him? Can I be with him? No, because he's disrespectful. No, like I'm not going to disrespect myself enough to try to be with somebody that I know doesn't, number one, doesn't want to be with me enough, because if he did, he would do better. So I say that to say I had to love myself enough to take a step back. And that's what you got to do. Like if you love somebody and they're not giving you what you deserve, love them from a distance. Love them from over here. I'll love you from over here and you can be over there. And let me tell you something. This is a hard pill to swallow. When you love somebody unconditionally, you love them to the point of I want to see you happy and loved properly even if it's not with me.
That's it. That's it. Because, like you said, you love somebody from a distance,
Hmm.
and I can love you, but we don't have to be together.
Exactly.
And that's part of being love is not being selfish.
Love is not selfish at all.
Because at the end of the day, I want you to be happy. And if you're not happy here, go find somewhere where you can be happy.
Exactly. And that's
And
okay.
and it's okay. Could we ask he could we ask how he is disrespectful?
How he's disrespectful.
Uh,
Um, he does things that he knows hurts my feelings. We'll say that. And doesn't even try to spare my feelings. And in one way, I kind of like respect it because he's being brutally honest about who he is and what he's doing. But on the flip side, I kind of don't respect it because I feel like do better. Just all the way around do better.
right. And I see where it's coming from. You got this red pill rhetoric going on, Jen.
Hmm.
Well, you have guys not saying this person, but they always want to blame women for everything. That's that red pill rhetoric going on. That's like, ask how can you be disrespectful? Because they try to play the role like these women are mean, and they want to do things and stuff like that. Uh, I believe it worked both ways, not one way. But if you love unconditionally, if you decide one is condition is his, he made that one out.
Hmm. If your love is unconditional, if you've decided one condition is his respect or disrespect you. I don't understand the question.
If you decided one condition is his respect or disrespect for you,
I don't get it. What is he
me either.
saying?
Hey, if anybody come in session, read that and they can explain what he said.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'll answer it. I don't understand what he's asking.
Okay, let
I'm an
me
open book.
see.
I'll answer anything. I don't care. He's human, and you've decided that he's not perfect enough for you. To be honest with you, I feel like he's in love with somebody else. That's why I'm not pushing the issue.
Mm.
Yeah. If I felt like I was the person that he was interested in, then I would let my guard down. But in reality, I feel like he's in love with somebody else, so I want him to be happy. I love him enough that if he's in love with somebody else, he needs to go be happy because I'm not the woman for him, clearly.
Understood. Hey, understood. So that's on the Twitch side. So thank you for Liberty Twitcher
Yeah.
watching. Thank you for watching and tuning in as well. Like I said, love on the show, man. We love talking about great things on the show, but it's also to help us to grow, to evolve, and we learn as we go. And that's what it's all about. Um, Nia said that's 100. But that's respectful though, because like I said, be with somebody that you love instead of being with somebody you tolerate. Goes more when you celebrate it,
Right.
not tolerate it.
Exactly. And if I know that I'm not the woman for him, then cool. Like, I'm going to move around and, go enjoy my life and find my happiness elsewhere.
Yeah, it's just like a job. If you go, they call you to the office and they tell you about your work or your time and attendance. Whatever they're gonna say, well, we said that this is not working out,
Hmm.
so we decided, go ahead and let you go. It happens, but does that make that company bad?
No, not at all. Not at all. It just
It's
means
no
it wasn't
feeling.
good for me.
There you go. Take the emotions out of everything,
Hmm.
and you go somewhere and you might blossom.
Yep.
It's okay.
Hmm.
But he said, what they say? Okay, but that's not supposed to happen when a couple has said their vows.
Yeah, when you're married, that's a lot different. And I'm going to be honest with you. I can't speak too much on marriage. I'm 42. I've never been married. I've been proposed to 3 times, but I've never married anybody. And if I'm being honest with you, here's accountability. I was scared of commitment until now.
Unless he or she have cheated or been physically violent, then it's supposed to be for. It's somebody y'all need to go get some help. Y'all need
It
to go get
should
some.
be. I mean, it should be forever, but let's be honest with you. It's just not nowadays. People don't value marriage anymore. It sucks, and I hate that for people, but it's the reality. A piece of paper means nothing anymore, and it's sad. It's really sad.
It, it don't, but it it is he or she a cheater or physically violent. Then it's supposed to be for. That's why how can the two walk together and except they agree? Y'all have to be on the same page, on the same chord. But if y'all having issues, y'all need to come to a solution. We got too many problems. You said earlier, G, and it's all about being solution based. And if that means y'all need to go your separate ways, go your separate ways. She can't wake up. You want to read that one?
Women will do that. She can't wake up one day and say she just doesn't feel emotionally fulfilled, and it's time to dump her husband with the F. I'm so sorry to say this, and this is going to sound so crappy, and I feel crappy saying this, but let me tell you something. People fall out of love every day. People wake up out of nowhere feeling like they're over the person they're with. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but baby, it happens every day. So that's why self love is so vital because if the person next to you wakes up and decides they don't want to be in it with you no more, you have to be your biggest cheerleader and pick yourself back up and say, I'm not going to tolerate where I'm not loved and valued, and I'm going to love myself enough to let this go and walk away peacefully. It's okay. People don't work out all the time. It's sad. People get divorced 2 and 3 times. I hate that. And honestly, that's why I haven't been married yet. I don't feel like I've met the person that has just said, that God has put there. Because I feel like if God's at the center of everything, it will last till death do us part. But until then, if He's not the center of everything, it's going to fall apart.
But see, he's put too many things on the women. He blaming women. Too
Too
many
many
women.
women don't honor vows.
See,
That's sad and unfortunate, but some of us really do. If I ever meet a man that fulfills me enough to be his wife, I promise you that man's going to have the easiest life ever because I want to come home and spoil my man and cook for my man and feed my man and wash his clothes and do all these wonderful things. I can't wait till I have a man to do that for. But I refuse to give wifely privileges to a boyfriend.
but you know what, Jen? On some of these guys, the things you just said, they overlook that. They want this Instagram model. They want this one who's showing their behind all the time. They don't want their wife up, Jen. I'm just being honest with it. That's why they go through the things they go through.
Yeah.
Y'all seen them titties and y'all seen that booty. I'm just being honest with you. That's what y'all fell in love with. Lust.
Right.
Now you got with her. Now you hate it. Now it's her fault.
And now they don't want to honor vows. Well, look at what kind of women y'all go for. I mean, let's be honest. And I'm speaking personal opinion, and this is personal experience too. Okay, and this I'm gonna go ahead and just say this. I'm gonna rip the band-aid, you guys. I used to be 300 pounds, right? Just a
Mm-hmm.
year and a half ago. I've lost 154 pounds. I'm now 146. I've noticed that men pay attention. The same men that did not give me the time of day when I was 300 pounds are now in my DM. So, love that. Men go for looks. It's sad and it sucks because guess what, baby? I was the same beautiful individual, like minded, smart, brilliant personality, funny woman that you're telling me now that I am. I was her when I was 300 pounds. You just didn't notice me.
Wow. But that's what they go for. They go for the Instagram model, the body,
The body.
and then when they wife them up and she take them through hell,
Yep.
now it's her fault.
Yep. And they overlook the pretty fun chick that has her shit together. Oh, sorry, has her stuff together, has
Are
her
you good?
life together, has her priorities together, and they go for these Instagram models or these pretty girls or the bottle girls, overlooking the women that actually have substance and value.
You know what it is, Jan? They do it to impress other people. That's the issue. They don't do it for themselves. We talked about this earlier. They worry about what other people think,
Right.
and I'm speaking it from a man perspective because I know they do things to impress other people. Just like they talk about a body count. You heard that talk about a body count.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy called in on this show, and the woman, great access to him. They do great things, but then he didn't want to be with her no more because some guys told, man, back in the day, man, we ran through her back in the day, and he didn't want to be with her no more.
Hmm.
Just waiting her past. But he worried about what other people think. He willing to throw away the good things they built together because he worried about what other people say.
His loss.
And that's what's going on right now. He said men do go for looks, but that's natural. But when a good man commits, he commits. I asked the question, what makes a man good? Don't tell me
Ooh.
that he go to work, you just being responsible. So don't tell me that I'm a good man, I go to work, I pay bills. You are responsible. So what makes a man good?
Ooh, I love that question. Are you asking me or are you asking them?
And I'm asking them because I hear guys say I'm a good man. You know the first thing they say? I go to work and I pay bills. You just responsible. So what makes you good?
A man paying bills and working is not it, that doesn't qualify you as a good man. I mean that helps, but it doesn't qualify you as a good man. What qualifies a man as a good man from a woman's perspective is what you invest and pour into your woman emotionally and spiritually.
Yeah,
What
okay,
that
he got it.
is. Yep, yep. You want to read her comment?
Yeah, I said, yep. I'm 275 pounds. And I don't want to be no little skinny girl. I'm fine with my size. And if you don't like me, that's fine. I'm good. I don't need anyone who don't want me because I'm a big girl. There are plenty of men that will love me for who I am. Yeah, I realize some women love their women thick. Some guys got them say these guys love a thick woman. So never say that because some guys, like we talked about this earlier, Jim. Some guys got different tastes.
Mm-hmm.
Women got different tastes.
Mm-hmm.
What he said. Okay. He said honestly, loving, caring.
Yes.
Okay. I
Those
mean,
are
that's
important things.
uh a good man puts his wife and family first.
Amen,
But
baby.
the question is, if you was doing all these things, why does she don't want to be there no more?
That's a really good question. I'm really interested. Come on, Liberty Twitcher, give us the tea.
Yeah,
Inquire
because
minds want to know.
you say you did all these things, then but she don't want to be there no more.
She's a fool.
It's something you saying. It's something you're doing. You're not saying it.
Oh, but she's not fine with her size. She's unhealthy, and that's sad. Oh, so is
And
she unhappy with her weight, or are you? I'm confused a little bit. Kind of give us some background, Liberty. Liberty Twitcher.
but she's not. You, and that's kind of like passing judgment.
If she's not fine with it, help her, motivate her, work out with her. I'm telling you, she's gonna say no. I don't want you to work out with me. Work out with her anyway. Like keep, because I'm telling you, I know whenever I was on my weight loss journey, I was with my boyfriend. He was not supportive at all. That made it a lot harder for me to lose weight. I literally had to do that on my own. And
Oh,
let me
he
tell you something. If you have a man working out with you and helping you and motivating you, it builds your self esteem. Sorry, I
hold
didn't
on,
mean to.
Gene. He passing judgment on her.
She's unhealthy. But chances are, if she, and I'm just saying this, and I'm
See,
being realistic, chances are, if you are bigger, and I'm saying that because I've been bigger, then you probably are a little bit unhealthy. It's hard to, because I know I had high blood pressure, diabetes, like I had a lot of things that I don't have now.
no, he talking about he talking to Nia.
Oh, he was posting to Nina. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
said two conversations. I'm responding to the girl who posted here that she's
So
275
your
pounds.
wife is not fine with her size. If she's not fine with, if your wife is not fine with her size, then work out with her. Like seriously, work out with her. Make her a salad every now and then and take it to her. Like if you notice that she's snacking on something unhealthy, take her a healthy snack. I
No, he
feel
was
like
talking
that.
to Nia. That's what he was telling. He was talking to her.
Right, but he was saying that she's not unhealthy with her. She's not happy with her size. Who's not? Your wife?
Nia. He was talking about Nia. No, he
Nina's
said two
happy with her
conversations.
size though. She
That's what
likes
he
her
was
size.
saying. Because that's what he said. He said the notion of healthy at any weight is a lie.
Right, seriously, because I'm skinny and I'm still not all the way healthy. I'm just a lot more healthier than I was.
Right, because what he was going off of when she had posted, she said, "Yep, I'm 275 pounds."
Mm,
So he basically picking up what she was saying, talking about it's not healthy.
gotcha.
And what she said, I'm not unhealthy and I'm fine with it. That's probably why your wife is not with you no more. Or I'm because the things you're saying, you're not. Help me with this one. Because you attacking Nina by telling her that she's unhealthy. Is that getting this?
I thought he was trying to say that his wife wasn't happy with her
Uh-uh.
weight because of what Nina was saying. Because Nina was saying she
Uh-uh.
was
He
happy
was
with it.
he was going at Nina.
I completely misunderstood the assignment.
Yeah, he was going after. Yeah, he said something about her.
Oh.
That's why he said two conversations. He's always responding to the girl who posted that she's 275 pounds.
Hmm.
Liberty Twitch, you have to learn how to say stuff. I think I'm
Yeah,
just
because
saying.
it's hard. Because I'm misunderstanding what he's saying. It's hard to comprehend, like, kind of where he was
Well,
going.
he was saying it was two conversations. He thought you were talking about his wife, but he was referring to Nina. When Nina said she's 275 pounds, he's saying that's unhealthy and that's a lie.
Hmm. Yeah, because just because you're overweight doesn't mean you're unhealthy. I know people that are overweight and that are fine. They don't have diabetes or any of those things. I know when I was overweight, I did have a lot of those ailments.
Okay,
But
there's some
now,
people who's skinny and
right,
sick.
people that are skinny are sick. Like, because I mean, I still have lupus and I'm sick
What
from
he
that and
said?
I'm skinny. Loving God means we acknowledge that obesity is the biggest risk factor for most disease. I mean, he's got a valid point. Obesity does play a factor in a lot of underlying health conditions. Um, and they are a lot, it is a lot of risk factors with that. You're right about that.
Okay, but he
Let me ask
said,
you a question, Liberty. Is your wife overweight, Liberty? I'm just curious. Was your wife overweight or was she skinny?
he said, so affirmative, knowing the truth. Now, first of all, I don't know Neil like that. That bet you trying to say you want me to go. You want me to see what you saying, and I'm not finna agree to what you saying. Cause basically you're knowing the truth. No, I'm not knowing the truth. You want me to agree with you saying. I don't know her like that, and I know I'm not a doctor. So
Hmm.
if we love someone, we help them. We don't lie to them.
Absolutely. But be careful in how you help them because I know sometimes when you try to help someone, it can come from a good place, but it could do more damage than good. Like if you're concerned about someone's weight, talk to them and tell them you're concerned about them. No, not at all. She's not overweight. Okay, good. I don't think you could be with a big woman.
Yeah.
But I think if someone is overweight, it's okay to have that conversation. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish people would have come to me and said, Jennifer, your weight is getting out of control, and I am concerned. Nobody really cared. And let me break it down even a step further. When I got overweight, I was going through a really dark time. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I literally died inside right in front of everybody, and nobody stopped me. Nobody helped. Everybody just watched me turn into somebody that I didn't even recognize. And I wish people would have talked to me and said, hey, I'm worried about you, or hey, is there anything I can, do for you? Or nobody cared. So in my mental state, I was in a really dark place and started having a lot of cosmetic surgeries and stuff like that as a crutch, if you will. And I seriously feel like I literally like died right in front of everybody and nobody stopped me. And so I kind of feel like people need those conversations. So if you feel concerned about somebody, or if you feel like somebody's overweight and you're worried about them and you're genuinely concerned and you're not weight bashing, talk to them. Literally, that ties back into the uncomfortable conversations, guys. We got to start having uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, cause he wanted to. Yeah, he wants to agree, which he made a comment. He wants to agree with him
Hmm.
and saying, yeah, you 275, but you unhealthy. You
It's not helpful to someone to pretend that 275 is fine. No, it's not. Let me tell you something. Any pounds is fine. People are who they are, and you either accept them for who they are or you don't. And I love everybody how you are. How you come to me is how I'm going to love you, regardless. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care what you look like. I don't care about any of that.
will you prefer this? I say to that 200. Why are you attacking?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, go girl," but I'm just saying like I would love them, and you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to weight bash.
That's basically what you doing. You know it.
Yeah. Liberty, you're weight bashing. Stop Stop it. That's not nice. I love people for how they are. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care how much you
He
weigh.
says
And
that because I have God's love, I want her to be healthy.
okay, well then say that. Lead with that. See how much better that sounds? It's all in the delivery.
That's what he
Yeah.
going through, the stuff you going through. It's the stuff you say. Your wording, his wording is coming up attacking people. That's why people are like, you know what, I don't want to deal with you.
I think
Wow.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you could be coming from a bad place, but your delivery sucks.
Yeah, because you attacking her. We
And
said,
I do know Nina personally. She's very beautiful too, actually. She's a big girl that can wear it. Like, if I'm being honest with you, she looks amazing, even as a big girl. Like, she dresses up when she puts on her cute little makeup and gets on her. Like, I love her. And to be honest with you, Nina is such a dope soul that when you're around her, her beauty that comes out of her mouth and out of her spirit and her just her attitude, like, ah, you don't even see the weight, like at all. I'm being quite blunt here, but of course I'm more subtle in real life. Cool, good. That's a good thing. And
and then
and it's
he's,
okay to be blunt. I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about health. I hear what you're saying. I mean, I hear you. Just I think you could have led with this part.
yeah, and what's
It's
interesting,
not bothersome to me because I've been 300 pounds. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, you can't. What you're saying right now is not bothering me at all because I've been 300 pounds. So, you know what I mean? I know both sides.
this is Liberty Shoes. How much you weigh? Are you? Yeah, it's like very just because lizard doesn't mean they ain't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, but everything comes with consequences.
Yeah, because I'm wondering how much you weigh.
And I love me a big man. I'm not even going to lie. Whew. I love me a big man. I
He
don't like
said,
a lot of muscles and all that stuff. Like, I like my man big and fluffy because I want to lay on his chest and just lay out. Like, I love laying on my man's chest and him just rubbing my hair, like, while I sleep. I'll take a full nap on my man's chest while he's watching First 48 or whatever he's going to watch. I'm going to lay there and sleep on him. I'm
yeah,
that good.
I'm fit and proper. How much do you weigh? And then you got to realize you have muscle that's gonna put weight on too.
Boo. I like me a big man.
But he said, I'm not judging the other based on me.
Some women prefer big men. I know I do. I always
Oh,
end up with skinny, fit men, but I really prefer a big man.
he's talking 196 too, lots of muscle.
Eh, rock on with your bad self.
Yeah, but Liberty Twitch, your delivery is jacked up. And man, he probably was. Was you a big person, Liberty? Was you used to be one? Because you sure is bigger than weight. Which I understand you got to be healthy, which is true. You got to be healthy regardless. Yeah, he said he used to be healthy. He used to be big.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then have a little more compassion because if you've been there, then you know the obstacles that it takes to get where you're at now. And that's something that I got to keep in mind. One thing you will never hear come out of my mouth is like one thing I cannot stand is when people call somebody fat in an argument. That pisses me off more than anything. That's a trigger for me. And I think the reason why is because I've been on the receiving end of that. So never will you ever hear me degrade somebody like that.
Yeah. And we
Now,
said,
you have a valid point there. America is the number one leading nation for obesity. I absolutely have that compassion. Good. I'm glad you do because it's so important. And people need that. Like, the world lacks compassion these days. And I really think that that's one of the things that if I don't push anything else on my platform, because I know I push a lot of jokes and hee hee ha ha's, but I hope the biggest message that I push is compassion.
That's true. What else? What was he got? Uh, he said, I mean, I like the dialogue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liberty Swift. We
Yeah.
thank you for.
I have to be blunt. Okay. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with speaking your truth or your feelings. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. I think it can be hurtful sometimes to others, but again, they have to, the other people also have to know that your opinion is your opinion and it shouldn't change how they feel about themselves.
Right, 'cause he said,
Healthy at any weight movement and it's killing people.
yeah, so he said he big on that. We said,
My uncle died from diabetes. We didn't know back then that it was avoidable. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I think it all comes into the line of education. I think a lot of people aren't educating themselves enough on health and wealth. I don't think people value health enough in this society. And that's something that I'm just now learning. Like literally the last 2 years, I've lost weight in the last year and a half, and it was a conscious choice that I made for myself. But if I'm being honest with you, I did it all for the wrong reason. Now that I am small and I am smaller and I have lost all the weight, now I'm doing it for the right reason and I'm getting healthy for the right reasons.
right,
But I think everybody has their own journey, and I think until they're ready and until they are ready to be on that fitness journey or health journey, then that's up to them.
right.
Judge me if you want. I don't care what you think because I learned how to love myself. Jenna, he's not talking about his wife. He's talking about me. Right.
Yeah, that's weak. Because when Nina said that's what he was attacked.
Yeah.
What was it? Saying stuff about her.
Love you too.
I mean, you had to explain to people, and like it's the delivery too.
Hmm.
When you said,
Unhealthy self, and that's sad. But that's the thing, though. She's not unhealthy. She doesn't have diabetes. She doesn't have high blood pressure. She doesn't have all those things. So I'm not getting where she's unhealthy. Like, her weight hasn't played a factor in any of her health ailments yet. So that's why she's saying she's not healthy or she's not, unhealthy because she doesn't have any weight ailments. But I do understand what he's saying only because I do have a pre med degree. That's another fun fact about me. A lot of people don't know that I have a pre med degree. I have a double bachelor's. I have a bachelor's in health sciences and healthcare administration. And so, I do get what you're saying as far as like health wise because weight plays a major factor in a lot of health ailments. It's just in Nina's particular situation, she doesn't have any weight related health ailments. At 42, you're young enough to regain your health. Amen. And really, I think at any age, people can regain your health and you know,
mindset.
mm-hmm, it is
Uh,
because everybody's got to hit, what their journey. And Nina has really like that's one thing I can say that if Nina really buckles down and actually gets serious about her weight, she can lose 50 pounds. I mean, she makes it look easy. I remember back in the day being like, "Oh my god, how did you lose 50 pounds like that? You're crazy." Cuz she would drop 50 pounds like it's nothing and make it look easy, but I think she's just accepted that, being on steroids for her lupus, it's going to make her gain weight. I mean, and that's a battle that I had when I was big. I was taking steroids for lupus to save my life-saving medication. So I kind of didn't have a choice. Steroids makes you blow up really big, especially high doses that people take with lupus, and it makes you pack on a lot of weight. So when I decided to stop all of my treatments and go holistic and just live the rest of my life without being on chemo and lupus and or steroids and everything else, that's when I lost all the weight. Medications play a major factor in weight gain too, so that's another thing. I think in this society we're so quick to take medications that doctors prescribe, not realizing that a lot of them medications make you sicker than the actual disease does. Because I know for me, chemo, I mean, it wiped my hair completely out. My hair, a lot of my hair fell out, and I'm just now trying to get my health back from being off the chemo.
Right, because we know the pharmaceutical company is a trillion dollar industry. I mean, they don't want you to be healthy.
Exactly. They go out of
'Cause,
business.
yeah, it's a business. Let me see. He shows big on this.
Hasn't been diagnosed yet. Doesn't mean they're not healthy. Well, she does get her labs drawn every 6 months, so I think her doctor would have caught it by now.
I, he's so really big on Neil's weight.
Well, don't be, baby, because she's not. She's living her best life, I promise you. Nina's a dope soul. Like, she's such a loving, giving person and just, like, one of the best people I've ever met.
I'm big on us being healthy. Well, you know what, Liberty, that's good, but you can't make everybody think that way. If that makes sense, it has to be an individual decision. That's good. You want that? You got that mindset,
Mm-hmm.
but that's reality is that just be real. Reality is some people don't think like that.
And I think it's good that you're trying to bring awareness to it, you know.
Yeah, he said what he said. Let me see.
Health definitely is your wealth, but, you know, it's also an individual journey for everybody.
Yep.
Because I noticed once I stopped eating a lot of unhealthy foods, my body actually started craving healthier foods.
Right.
Like every time I try to eat a meal, I may eat like 2 or 3 bites, and then I fill up on fruit or vegetables the rest of the way. And I do that because my body craves it now.
He was like, I don't mean to sing her out. You really did. So because they don't like that, we're supposed to pretend that what they think is still true, what really is not.
No, I don't think you have to pretend that it's true. I think that as a compassionate, God fearing man, though, you should just accept her for how she is, or them, or whatever they are, for how they are. Just accept them. If they're comfortable with the way they are, then cool. Let them be comfortable with that and move on.
And I like what you said earlier, Jay, explaining what people do. They put stuff out, but they never sit and explain. Like that was a give me an example. It's like so saying, don't do drugs. Why? Because I said so. Okay, you gotta explain to people why not do drugs so they get an understanding. I understand he comes from a helpful standpoint, but explain, break everything down so what the individual will say, oh, okay, I get where you coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Help me understand. Don't just teach me. Don't just talk at me, but teach me.
Right. Because everything is a teachable moment. Even right now, find the teachable moment. We all can. We can all find a teachable moment in everything. Every conversation you have, every life experience, you can find a teachable moment in it. What's most important is that I be truthful. Yeah, be truthful. Live in your truth. But just don't use your truth as a way to hurt somebody else, if that makes sense.
I do, because, yeah, I get it. He said, he responded what you said.
I love it. See, he found a teachable moment too. I told, yes. See, positivity. I love it.
Yeah, that's it. We try to live with it. I say great conversation. We thank you for the dialogue. I think great conversation, and we about to get we overtime now, so we about to
Yeah.
get shut it down.
This is a
Uh,
teachable moment for me too. Cause see how important uncomfortable conversations. See how important they are.
right, and that's it. So Liberty Twitch, this is all about explaining instead of just going attack mode. Just explain. We got teachers for. They educate you. And you're like, okay, I get it what you're saying now. But we learn together, right? We learn and we grow together and we have fun with the process. But I know we pressed overtime. It's almost on 1 o'clock. So, Nita, if you have any words of advice, any signs of wisdom you will leave with the audience?
I would say laugh daily, love hard, and chase your dreams. Everything else will fall into place, and put God at the center of everything.
Hey, that sums it up right there. We will be back here Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Here, it won't be a show Wednesday night, but we'll be back here Tuesday, of course, at 7 p.m. So, man, y'all have a great Saturday. We know it's hot outside. If you're in Texas, make sure you stay hydrated, make sure you stay cool, and all of the great stuff. We about to get ready to enjoy the rest of our day. See you Tuesday. Oh, but before you go ahead and plug your social media information so people can follow you as well.
So it's Just Jenna230 on all platforms. I'm going to be honest with you, I only push Facebook right now, but I am on all platforms. But it's Just Jenna230 or Jenna Sipe.
Hey, that's it. We got this thing. Peace, everybody.
Bye.